This has been great to be here. It's a reason, by the way, that business travel is going to come back, because being with people and, the dinners, and that's where the magic really happens. Going to dinner with a small group of people. I had one with Democrats and Republican Congress people, and the tone in that room is so different than what you see on Capitol Hill or read in the newspaper, where people listening and getting the private sector input and really trying to find solutions. Or a couple of the secretaries from the administration last night, and NGOs, and people really trying to find solutions. And that's the most valuable thing that I think happens at COP, those relationships and those off-the-record conversations.
Now, you've said, though, that getting to net zero is going to require, quote, extensive investment.
Yeah.
What should your shareholders know about that investment?
Well, I think this is going to be, as a lot of other people have said here at this conference, this is going to be the best business opportunity that's happened in our lifetimes. It is coming. We are going to have to get the world to net zero. It's coming whether people like it or not, and we're going to have to make those investments. The good news is that if we create the right framework, all of the investment is not, of course, going to come from airlines. There's the 6 largest U.S. banks have already committed over $4 trillion to finance the green revolution. And so the money is there, and walking around these halls, like, the money is there. There are people that want to invest. So the investment opportunity is there. It's creating this right policy framework from government and the right business opportunities for people to go invest in, to find the projects to invest in.
And you talk about the money walking around these halls. We've been talking to a lot of startups on carbon capture. I know I'm a geek about that, but I just found out that you are
I am too. Yeah.
You are investing in carbon capture.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so carbon capture, the great thing about carbon capture, of all the technologies that we have around the world today, it is the only one that we know of that can really get us to zero and beyond zero if we want to, and get to negative. And in short, this is sucking carbon out of the atmosphere and burying it underground where it's buried for millions of years. We're the launch partner with Occidental and 1.5 on a project that'll be the largest carbon capture facility in the world. The key on this, though, is we're investing in it and they're investing in it to drive the cost down. It's been great being here at COP, because when I talk about carbon sequestration, not a lot of people know what it is, but here everyone knows what it is. And it's about driving the cost down so it can be cost competitive as a way to really, truly offset carbon emissions.
And we've talked a lot about carbon pricing, of course. Have you been in on those talks? Are you optimistic that we're going to see a better platform and a standard globally for carbon pricing?
Well, I am optimistic, and I'm a supporter of a price on carbon. That is the simplest, easiest way. If we put a price on carbon, the public markets will figure it out. We will all figure it out, how to get there. So I am supportive of that. And you hear a lot more, some of those conversations at dinner were about how to get there. Issues on both sides, and lots of concerns about it, but more and more people open-minded about a price on carbon. I don't think it's going to happen immediately, but the open-mindedness and the willingness to consider it and talk about it gives me optimism that we will ultimately get there. And I think if you talk to any economist, they're going to tell you that's the way to do it.
Becky has a question for you, so I'll let you answer.
Thanks, Diana. Scott, it's great to see you. Thanks for being here. I just wanted to ask, while we have you, this week the United States opened its borders to vaccinated tourists coming in from lots of different countries at this point. Have you seen a big increase in bookings around that, or a lot of interest around it?
Yeah, we did, and I also, being here in Europe, lots of my European friends have been very excited. It opened on Monday, and we had 33 flights at United that came back from Europe to the United States, and almost 100% load factor on those flights. Huge pent-up demand, and some heartwarming scenes of people reuniting with family that they hadn't seen in 2 years. It's great to have our European friends and others from around the globe coming back to the United States. And I think as we set up for next summer, it's going to be the biggest travel season, at least between North America and Europe, that we've ever had.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.